development of domestic, economic, and social society. But in order to enhance the level of the conservation culture and build a resource efficient and environment-friendly society, since the 1970s, China has carried out basic state policies of resource conservation and environment protection, and has attached great importance to pollution prevention and played an activity role in the course of world environment and development, especially after more than 13 years reform and opening up. China has made great achievements on modernization and building eco-civilization, and basically formed the industrial structure pattern of growth and consumption, which aims to reserve resource and protect ecosystem. China adheres to the priority of the conservation and natural rehabilitation so as to resolve the trade of ecological degradation at the source. Chinese new administration places the eco-civilization construction in a more prominent position. China will further establish the eco-civilization concept of respecting nature, following natural rules, and preserving natural world, and integrating eco-civilization construction into modernization. China is accelerating the transformation of economic growth mode, insists on protecting in development and developing in protection. Through transitional development, China can realize all wins in development of economy, improvement of people's livelihood, and the protection of ecology. Chinese government plans to invest 3.4 trillion renminbi yuan in eco protection from 2011 to 2015. In 2030, China invested $56.3 billion in renewable energy, which surpassed Europe and ranks first in the world. At present, China's per capita energy consumption is only 3/4 of the world average, and per capita oil consumption is only half that of world average. However, Chinese government still promises that by 2020, China will cut carbon dioxide emissions per unit of GDP 40 to 45% from the 2005 level. China has done its best and made its own contribution to global actions on climate change, safeguarding international energy security, and protecting world ecosystem. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, it's known to all that a single flower does not make a spring. As an African proverb goes, if you want to walk fast, if you want to walk fast, walk alone. If you want to walk far, walk together. China would like to share with all African countries the experience related to preservation of energy and resources and the construction of eco-civilization. Green has always been the true color of Africa. China will have close cooperation with Africa in the fields such as green economic, sustainable investment, sustainable development of natural resources, clean energy, and biodiversity conservation, and provide funding to promote Africa's effort to protect its wild animal resources and address the challenges of climate changes. So let a beautiful China and a beautiful Africa will go hand in hand as we assist each other in development. Lastly, I sincerely wish the forum a great success. Wish everyone smooth job and good health. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please let's appreciate him better than that. Thank you. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me now have the honor of handing over this microphone to the man who is going to drive this session. Join me in appreciating a proud son of Africa, Dr. Mohammed Ibn Chambers, as moderator of this session. Please, let's appreciate him.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, Executive Governor of Rivers State, Right Honorable Chibukwe Rotimi Amechi, Your Excellencies, distinguished members of the panel, I think with your permission, I will ask panelists to remain seated as they make their contributions. We are hoping that this next session will be interactive in the sense that, first of all, we shall give opportunity to each member of the panel to make their remarks, and then we will invite you from the floor to make comments or direct questions to any member of the panel so as to enrich the discussion. Very briefly, and to put things in further context, because it has been very well explained both by His Excellency President Kufuor and the Consul General of China, what brings us here today. But let me just add that those of us that you see here up here on the stage, and many of you who have traveled from far and wide to come, are friends of Nigeria, friends of Rivers State. And we have come here as a vote of confidence in Nigeria. I can assure you that many of the high personalities that you see here have come here against travel advisories. But they know the reality in Nigeria, and that is what has brought them here. The dominant narrative about Nigeria tends to emphasize on the challenges: terrorism and Boko Haram, which is true, and violence, and deficit of governance in form of dysfunctional state institutions, and poverty and corruption. These are challenges that are well known. But it's only part of the story of Nigeria. It's only one side of the coin. The other side, and the narrative which we should be part of spreading, is the many positives about Nigeria. This is a country of 170 million people, a youthful, dynamic, extremely enterprising people. And that's a major plus. A country of entrepreneurs who have established themselves, not only in their country, across the West Africa sub-region, Africa, but across the world. Need I mention Aliko Dangote, who is Africa's